As early childhood educators who are caring for children, it is our responsibility to seek out and plan the best opportunities for children that support their overall well-being and healthy development. The practices that we use when working with young children need to cover the most up-to-date, effective approach in learning and development. This can be described as best practices, thoughtful teaching, quality practices, or developmentally appropriate practices. The key point in defining developmentally appropriate practice are the following. Developmentally appropriate practice requires both meeting children when they are, which means that teachers must get to know them well to reach goals that are both challenging and achievable. All teaching practices should be appropriate to children's age and developmental status, adjust to them as unique individuals, and responsive to the social and cultural context in which they live. Developmentally appropriate practice does not mean making things easier for children. It means ensuring that goals and experience are fitted to their learning and development and challenging enough to promote their progress and interests. Best practice is based on knowledge of how children learn and develop. The research base shows main principles in human development and learning. Those principles, along with evidence about curriculum and teaching effectiveness, form a solid basis for decision-making in early care and education. Developmentally appropriate practice is based on 3 areas of knowledge. First, child development appropriateness. Child development follows general sequential patterns and is interconnected across domains: cognitive, physical, social, and emotional. Know and understand milestones and sequences of development in all domains and use child development information for planning and identifying activities, environments, experiences, and strategies for large, small group or individuals to best promote growth and learning. Second, individual appropriateness. Each child is an individual and develops in her own unique way. Know each child's traits, abilities, needs, challenges, interests, temperament, and approaches to learning. Know their individual skills, ideas, and joys. This can be done through time spent together, conversation, observation, documentation, and information from families and past teachers' programs. Third, social and cultural appropriateness. All children are of culture. Know each child's culture and family background, his unique family values, language, lifestyles, and beliefs. Ensure that the experience you provide respect this and are meaningful for each child family. What makes sense to children in their own culture, and teachers must consider this, along with overall child development and learning programs. Developmentally appropriate practice focuses on 5 key areas of early learning practices. First, creating a caring community of learners. Build positive and responsive relationships between children, staff, and families, both among groups and within the program, to create a community that supports all children as they develop and learn to their capacity in all domains. Second, teaching to enhance development and learning. Provide a balance of teaching-directed and child-initiated activities and plan experiences that meet individual needs, interests, and learning goals. Third, planning curriculum to achieve important goals. Develop a written curriculum that reflects developmental milestones and appropriate early learning goals for children and that supports individualized learning. 4. Assessing children's development and learning. Link assessment to curriculum and early learning standards and use assessment method to measure a child's progress. 5. Establishing reciprocal relationships with families. Work in partnership with families to learn about each child, to develop two-way communication, and to establish supportive relationships with all families. To sum up, I want to say that as early childhood professionals working with young children, we're decision makers, and we will make many decisions about the children in our programs on a daily basis. Understanding developmentally appropriate practice, its meaning, and international practices is essential in guiding the decisions we will make for young children. Developing the skills to make good decisions for children relies on building knowledge about individual children and child development practices combined with knowledge of effective early learning practices. There are the core considerations in developing an appropriate practice.